What's up, YouTube? Biz Matthew here once again with another video, and I know it's been a while since I've been posting on this channel, but I wanted to just talk about some cryptocurrencies. I know I usually talk about e-commerce, but I've been getting really in depth into this industry. Started sometime last year and been learning more and more. Read things about Satoshi, about Bitcoin and whatnot, but just going to break down some of the news that's been happening in this arena. Now, Bitcoin, as you all know, is the big daddy of all cryptocurrency. It broke over $7,500 today. I think right now, if we go to the Bitcoin price, is currently slightly under that, but today it did break over 7,500. So we can see if we look at a 7-day or even a 1-day, that would be better. Right here, went over 7,500 sometime today. But this is great progress for Bitcoin because the last time we saw this price point was late May, and so it's been a good 2 months since we reached this point, and so that's really good for the market. And also Bitcoin is also growing in their dominance over the whole crypto market. They're around 45%. That's what they reached today. But overall, the arena in cryptocurrency has been looking kind of weird. They haven't been, over the past few days, they haven't been as volatile. You've been seeing just ups and downs of like 1 to 2%. And, that's usually not usual. Sometimes, they're a little bit more volatile. And going back to Bitcoin, overall this week they're up 18%, which accounts for the around 20% gain this month, which is good. In contrast, Ethereum was down today about 0.5%, but it was up 3% this week, which is not as much as Bitcoin. So you really see Bitcoin increasing way more than Ethereum, and there's been a lot of debate whether Ethereum is actually better than Bitcoin, and if it's faster, if it's just more useful than Bitcoin. But I think it's because a lot of institutional investors are coming into the arena and they trust Bitcoin more. They just know the name. A lot of these people don't know nothing about the other coins. They only know of Bitcoin. And so that's what they're investing in. And so that's why you see the huge increase in especially Bitcoin and in their dominance over the whole market, as we talk about that right now. And so it's around 45%, and we reached that sometime today. I think it's down now. So looking on CoinMarketCap, we can see if we go towards the end right now, it's around 45%. It was around, if you see, Thursday was 44, Saturday 45, and then today, Sunday 45. You see Ethereum at 16%, and then Ripple at 6%, and others at 21%. All right, and so this is huge because, number one, you see that Bitcoin is increasing overall this past week than the other markets. Of course, when Bitcoin goes up, all the other coins go up. But overall, this week we saw a huge gain, for example, in Ethereum and Bitcoin. But as the week went over, towards the weekend, Bitcoin remained their position while Ethereum dropped heavily. The words, you saw they only gained around 3% over the week, but Bitcoin held up to their 18%. And so, you just have to wonder, what's going to happen in this arena as more and more institutional investors and regular people are going into this arena. Are they going to look at other coins, or are they just going to concentrate on Bitcoin? Now, let me go back to this. So, in other news, we saw that on Friday, the CME, Chicago Mercantile Exchange, average value has grown 93%. in quarter 2 over quarter 1. So that's really huge. So you even see these gains in 2018. Bitcoin futures are constantly increasing and different things like that. And we heard, of course, from Arthur Hayes. He interviewed with CNBC, and they always have him on there. And he's actually not a he has an exchange that's actually serves the Asian market, and he believes that it is going to go back down to 5% before it goes up to 50% this year. And so that's a crazy prediction. I believe more it might go down to 5% than it will go down to 50%. I have really conservative views on my price prediction on cryptocurrencies. We'll go into that later in another video. But yeah, and then in other news, I was reading about how in Europe a lot of banks are creating their own cryptocurrencies, which will create even more competition in the crypto market. And so you have these big banks in Europe who are looking at this potential threat to their business with Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ripple, and all these other currencies. And they start to think, what can we do? Let us create our own centralized coin, where it's a coin that is more centralized and it has an authority. And these big banks right now, they hold the majority of currencies around the world. And so they can control the way they process cryptocurrencies in a way. So if you want to change your cryptos right now into currencies, you have to go through a centralized bank, most likely. And so these banks may start promoting their own coins and say, hey, we don't support this. You cannot convert this to this fiat. If you want to do that, try another bank, because we have this currency that we only support. And so, that can create a lot of competition in the crypto world. It can be a good thing because it broadens the arena and generalize it, and you won't see as much swings, which can be good and bad for some people. But yeah, and so yeah, that's different things that's happening around Europe and different things like that. Now, if you all want to see more videos about cryptocurrencies and what I believe and what I hold, or my top currencies and the different projects they offer, or even about Satoshi, and Bitcoin and whatnot, just comment down below. And it's been a while since I posted, but hope you all enjoyed this video. Be sure to subscribe, like, comment down below, and share this video. All right, see ya.